Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us again. It's now time for our daily English edition, weekdays at 6 p.m. There was a tense atmosphere of debate in today's plenary session between the majority and the opposition. The opposition announced that they were going to block the session after the Conference of Chairmen denied their request to amend the decriminalization law. The Democrats also demanded that their request for removing the mandates of 3 socialist MPs should be sent to the Constitutional Court. But the Conference of Chairmen denied this request as well. Because of this, the opposition MPs surrounded the Assembly podium, effectively blocking the plenary session. Before the session today, the MPs were checked at the door for any projectiles or other prohibited items. Somehow, several opposition MPs managed to bring eggs into the Parliament with them and threw them at the Prime Minister during the session. Some of the other ministers were hit with eggs as well. When the former Prime Minister Salih Berisha spoke, he said that the government is being led by criminal gangs. He gave the names of several majority MPs, accusing them of stealing the public wealth. Furthermore, he said that he is questioning whether he will remain in the Parliament because of the incriminated MPs. Adi Rama has transformed the Parliament into a nest of criminals, he said. Armando Franca is only one of them. There are many others who steal the public wealth without remorse. I am seriously considering whether I will stay in this nest of crime. Personally, I am questioning my stance in this Parliament, which seems to be full of thieves. Ministers and their families are stealing the state wealth through their mandates. We must remove them through any means, including democratic civil disobedience, said Berisha. On the other side, the vice chairman of the Socialist Parliamentary Group claimed that the opposition is trying to block the justice reform. Mr. Bala announced that the disciplinary measures will be taken against the opposition MPs who blocked the podium and threw eggs at the Prime Minister. The plenary session was cut short amid the chaos, and the only thing that was done today was the adoption of the President's decrees for the new Ministers of Finance and Economy. Right around the time that the opposition had blocked the Assembly podium, the Socialist MP Armando Franca entered the Parliament. He was there very briefly, and when he was leaving, he announced that he will not be attending the Parliament sessions or commissions until the court makes a final ruling about the accusations against him. He said that it was his own choice to withdraw from the Parliament and that he made this choice for personal reasons. According to him, if the court rules against him, he will no longer be involved in politics. He was in Parliament today to vote on the President's decrees for the appointment of the new ministers. Mayor Valiai was invited to be a guest on Tonight Il Vetare yesterday evening, where he spoke about the new playground at the lake. He shared his determination to move forward with the project despite the actions of the opposition. He also announced that he is willing to hold an open consultation with anyone who wants more information about the project. I have held meetings with the civil society, he said. I received them and presented the project at the lake. I also tried to present the project back in October, together with the Vice Prime Minister, but the Democratic City Councilors disrupted the meeting. I am willing to present it again, said the mayor. He spoke about the protest that the opposition staged against the playground, saying that he has taken legal steps against them. I filed charges against the Democratic Party because I think that what they did should not only be fined. I filed charges for vandalism. They need to be legally prosecuted for vandalizing public property. The Democratic Party has never completed any good project. They gave construction permits for the dam at the lake, said the mayor. He also clarified the new taxes on public spaces, saying that the City Hall has increased them, but only by 50 lek. Lastly, he commented on the construction work in the small ring road, saying that it will be finished by June and that the state will be spending €3 million in expropriations. Residents around the train station area in Tirana are protesting against the extension of the new boulevard. They are refusing to leave their homes, saying that they have not received compensation for their properties. There was a clash today between some of the residents and the police, as the residents tried to stop the demolition crew from destroying their homes. The residents are saying that they have nowhere else to go, and they demand that the mayor keep his promises and compensate them fairly. One woman threatened to commit suicide, but the police were able to talk her down, and she left her house after some persuasion. After that, the demolition of houses stopped for a few hours. It's reported that the residents were notified only 5 days ago that they must leave their homes. Some of them have received compensation for their property, but they claim that it is not the true value of their homes. Albanian lawyers all over the country did not attend the court hearings today on the second day of their protest against the insurance law. They made an exception only for court hearings in which security measures were being given. They had requested that even these cases be postponed, but when this request was denied, the clients insisted on the presence of their lawyers. In the 2 days of the protest so far, around 500 court hearings have been postponed. The same situation is expected tomorrow, the third day of the lawyers' boycott. The Chamber of Lawyers has decided to meet with the Minister of Justice, Uli Manjani, to discuss their demands. The head of the chamber said yesterday that they are capable of continuing the boycott for a long period of time. The newest data from INSTAT reveals that the businesses dominating the Albanian economy are primarily in the trade sector, including wholesale and retail trade and vehicle repair. In the latest report, INSTAT notes that 50% of Albania's businesses are in the trade sector, and only 19% are in the production industry. According to the experts, this indicates that the Albanian economy is not oriented toward production and export. The report also gives information about the size of enterprises in Albania. About 88.8% of Albanian businesses have only 1 to 4 employees. In this category, 79.1% are manufacturing companies. According to the INSTAT, the manufacturing sector had the highest rate of decline in the number of active companies, at about 11.3%. A similar trend was reported in the construction sector, which has the lowest rate of growth. The German ambassador spoke today on the importance of vocational education and the importance of students getting actual experience in their field. Mr. Hoffman said that vocational education is a necessity for Albania, but he stressed the fact that education needs to be accompanied by hands-on practice. He offered the contribution of the German businesses in Albania to address this need. Mr. Hoffman said, "Vocational students need actual practice in their trade, and it's important that the business sector be willing to offer this. Albania has begun to apply the dual system that we use in Germany. It is good to see that there are young people who are choosing to pursue vocational education. This is a very positive thing," said Ambassador Hoffman. The Minister of Social Welfare, Blendi Klosi, also spoke, saying that there will be no vocational courses if there is no demand from the business sector. He said, "We are still far from the dual system used in Germany. There can be no professional courses if there is no demand from business. In Germany, 70% of the young people are choosing vocational education, while here in Albania, it is only 17%, said Minister Klosi. That's all of our news for this evening. Thanks for watching, and please join us again tomorrow at the same time. Have a great night.